and see. Hello.
Yeah.
There's
I see
anyone
that.
there?
So it's yeah. So it's going to go automatically because I could actually advertise it from this way. See.
Because otherwise they're going to see it afterwards.
Anyway, you're live now.
But yeah, I know. But if there's no one there, they can wait.
Oh, they'll be there. They'll be there.
Because you have the ping ping. I didn't get the ping ping.
Yeah, because I have to do it.
All right.
And even you don't even see they even without the pings they already they follow it. Oh sure, yeah. They don't need pings. Okay, let's see here.
Krishna. Not Kenya Krishna. But I know it's a male, but I was looking at Krishna.
Story. Oops.
Why she doesn't go on her water and goes somewhere that's not under the thing?
It's because he's a dog.
I know, but why under is hot? It's hotter under the. I wanted to go, I wanted to put my camera on today because I wanted to show everyone Luna, you know? I was in bed, but then my iPad doesn't give me the option, and some of them, they send me links so I could do the camera, and I couldn't. So I wasn't going to come to get the computer, right? No, that's okay.
Hey, can I get some water?
Of course. Okay.
All right. Some music.
Well, we have no microphone today, but it's okay. That was fun. The karaoke with microphone. Right?
Yeah, we don't need it.
See. Okay, what I need you to do is maybe I'm going to move this. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
So if we have a space for the water, we have to wait till we see whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to move my iPad down here. This is for if you need it. Okay, this is like a thingy with tissue paper.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How's the microphone on this computer? Good? Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, that's okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Oh, what?
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Beautiful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Is
Hare.
that a wrong way?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it now.
You can use the phone or
It doesn't work.
the iPad. No?
Doesn't
Okay. Hare you. No?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
If anybody's watching here and you want to be known, so that you have to say Hare Krishna something, because we got a whole bunch of people, but we don't know who's
do
here.
We should.
There's only two showing, but they have to say Hare Krishna or something.
Hare Krishna, por favor. Por favor. Oh, the same is you saying Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I know.
And
There's
Sukha.
5 other people. So
Oh, right. Up there?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they're just up there.
Okay. In my iPad, we can get like what's
No, don't worry
the
about
song.
it. No.
Like when I do Reiki, I get from my iPad.
Oh, you have?
Oh, of course.
Well, which
You
one
just
do
need to Google it. Then the YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
Just tell me what type of music. 1 minute.
Oh, there's a problem. No, we can't do that. It's copyrighted stuff. So.
Oh no, pero something.
No, they're gonna copy. You know, if I use any copyright stuff, let's just chant like this. Otherwise, it's too much complicated.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to go. Otherwise, they'll take it off the thing because it's copyrighted, and it's just a pain in the ass. I have to use certain music that works.
Okay. Today, no music.
Yeah.
No karaoke.
Yeah. The main thing is the mantra.
See, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. I'm making mistakes. Love this chanting. Oh, you're so nice. You're always saying such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. This I didn't understand this few thousand thing.
That's Karuna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari. There we go. I'm getting confused. I'm so sorry.
That's
No,
okay.
it's okay. No?
You wanna hear some more? You wanna?
That is so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so sweet.
You wanna read or you wanna?
We can
chant?
read,
Read?
but you need to start, and then I'm gonna go with the clothes, and I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes.
Oh yeah. I'll just continue chanting japa
All right.
until you come back.
Okay, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So we'll chant a little japa together here in the 2 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You know what I had today? I had a white butterfly. Like I was turning around to go into my house, and a white butterfly came to me. That is so heavenly, right? Well, white, totally white.
Yes.
Amazing,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
It's a sign that things are good.
Yes, purity is coming to you.
That's good. It's science, right? I like butterflies, but when it's something that is not a normal butterfly, I think I never seen one that is so white.
Yeah. All right, so let's see here. Let's get. Okay, we'll read from Chaitanya Charitamrita.
1 minute and then.
So maybe.
Oh, I have it on my phone if you want.
Let's take a look at the science of self-realization.
So the one that we were reading, the name of the I wanted to find it, and I didn't find it. What's the name?
Chapter 1, Learning the Science of the Soul. Let's look at that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. We're going to read the Science of Self-Realization if anybody wants to get that book up for yourselves. It's chapter 1. It's kind of interesting, so we'll read some of that and see how it goes over. Yeah, it's kind of nice how Prabhupada preached about practically what's going on with the world. Krishna, Hare Rama.
Sorry, I had to.
It's okay. Amen.
Okay, so what are we doing?
We're going to read this book, Science of Self-Realization.
Is it?
This is the book that brought me to Krishna, actually. So here, this is by Srila Prabhupada, and this is something he wrote. Okay. Go ahead and.
Do I have to read it again? Dale.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to stop.
All right, all right. Seeing the aim of human life. According to Vedic civilization, the perfection of life is to realize one's relationship with Krishna or God. All living entities are part and parcels of God.
So how many people know that, in the world, that the purpose of life is to know their relationship and put it a little more universally, because most people don't know who Krishna is, but how about, knowing our relationship to the Supreme, that thing that, or person that nobody knows called God. They said to know our relationship, and that's spiritual. See, if we don't know that spiritual relationship, we're an illusion. We're not real yet. We're not whole. We're not clear. And see, everything comes from that relationship. It's the new life. Is to realize our relationship. So it starts out right there from the beginning. This is the essence and truth. You know how many people go their whole lives without understanding that is what life is really about, universally for everybody? Most people don't. They don't know that. They just think life is just to live and have kids and families and live and enjoy life or not enjoy it and die, or that's why a lot of people commit suicide. Because they just don't see the aim of life. It doesn't make any sense after a point, especially when people are causing you problems. And so you don't know. See, people don't know why they're having problems. Could you imagine if people knew the threefold miseries, why people are miserable? There's only three reasons. Isn't that amazing? And everybody fits in that category. Miseries are the body and the mind and the emotions. That's one reason. Right? If you analyze your lives, everybody, your mind, your emotions, and your body sometimes give you problems. That's why people have psychiatrists.
And everything.
Drugs and
mind, right?
Yeah. And then you got miseries. That's one misery. Then the other misery is other people giving us troubles. People, like bosses, governments, and all this. So this causes misery.
Yeah.
And then there's other natural disasters. See, the thing is, everything's to do with our material bodies, our emotional body, our mental body, and physical body. But that's not who we are. See, so the whole goal of life really is to know who we are, and nobody knows, and everybody's harassed by these miseries. Whether you're a demigod or a demon, it doesn't matter. You're going to be more or less harassed simply because you don't know who you are, why you're suffering because of these miseries. See, nobody teaches this in school. Your parents don't teach you this. Nobody teaches. That's why you need a spiritual teacher, a preceptor in the line. And then things become clear. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the parts are meant for serving the whole, just as the leg, hands, fingers, and ears are meant for serving the total body. We living entities, being part of and parcel of God, are duty bound to serve Him.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, so we have two choices. We can serve Him in illusion, or we can serve Him in truth. See, but if you serve Him in truth, that means you have to have your spiritual body awakened and activated. Okay? If you serve Him in illusion, we're forced by these energies, these modes of nature, passion, goodness, and ignorance. They're pushing our bodies and our minds to act in this world, and that's service. But it's a kind of a low-grade service because it's an illusion, because it's not really us. See, but we've fallen into this ocean of this called Maya, okay? And so we're forced to act by this Maya, and we're serving the illusion, and we become more illusion by serving the illusion.
Human ego.
Yeah, the false ego, it just builds more false identifications. You become a king, right? And you serve the public, but you become enamored by that. You become corrupted. Usually, you notice most governments
all of them.
Probably all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Even the most pure one. I lived in New Zealand, and I thought New Zealand was a really pure type of country because it's so new, and it was those days. And they were just separated from the royalty,
Yeah.
from the Queen of England. But then, I don't know, 20 years went by and the corruption, you can see corruption all over the
Yeah,
place
yeah. It's
already.
just because basically because it's not who we are. We get entangled
Amazing.
in this thing, and we become more corrupted by these material opulences in the world. These also come from God, but they're material and they're entangling. Only when you're self-realized can you deal with this stuff and not get entangled because you know who you are.
Yeah.
See, so yeah,
Amazing.
interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting. This very important Krishna consciousness movement is meant to save human society for spiritual death. At present, human society is being misled by leaders who are blind for they do not know the aim and objective of human life, which is self-realization and the reestablishment of our lost relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah, and that's why even in religion, it's not clear enough on that objective. That's why they get lost also, because you're not awakened really in religion. You're just you got books that talk about God, but you don't understand them clearly. You don't understand the confidential purpose of them unless you hear it explained to you. And that's actually the second chapter here on the spiritual master. The empowered spiritual master ultimately is meant to explain the confidential truths about life, and then you can begin to get out of this illusion. Otherwise, you don't know how, you don't know where to look, where to go. That's why these disciplic lines are started, and we have this knowledge. Actually, this knowledge here in this Vaishnava lineage is the best I've seen and the most clearest I've seen. But the only problem is most of the Vaishnavas right now are on the platform of religion, so they don't understand these books. They don't understand the confidential purpose. See, and so they, in a sense, more or less mislead people.
Yeah, of course.
They teach you it's really because Prabhupada started the movement about rules and regulations. And as I showed today, there's some verses that are just not conclusive. They're preaching a lower thing as the higher thing. And I even have to correct it because we need to know who we are.
Yeah.
Who we are is not a mode of goodness thing. That's what Prabhupada was saying in that verse. Basically, the Brahmins know the ultimate goal of life, not necessarily unless they're a purified Brahmin, where they're in touch with the transcendental Lord. But most Brahmins aren't. And therefore, they act as our leaders in the world, just like the government, is the leaders of the world. But they also can't help you perfectly.
Yeah.
Only those who have realized the transcendental nature of God and that potency, they call it personal potency of the Lord, can really help you right. Because what they do is they teach you what Prabhupada is saying right here, to learn your relationship with Krishna, which is transcendental.
Yeah.
But you got to be transcendental to teach it. How can you be, like, yeah, here, I'm giving out bread, man. I got no bread myself, but I'm going to go and feed you. That's when you have a spiritual master who haven't realized their spirit, their spiritual relationship with Krishna. They don't know who Krishna is, what he is really. They can't feel him and taste him and relish him with these awakened spiritual senses. You got to eat that name of Krishna like you eat food. If you can't do that, you're not really bona fide. You're going to be like, these politicians can't help you very well. They end up getting corrupted by power. And in religion, you definitely get corrupted by power. You get more power in religion than you do as president of the United States.
Yeah.
You don't see anybody bowing down to him.
No.
But you see it in our ISKCON movement.
Yeah.
You got thousands of gurus, and Guru, they bowing down, and you're getting entangled if you haven't realized Krishna. So the bona fide guru, they've realized the self, and that's when, like Jesus said, seek the kingdom of God, and all else is added. The kingdom of God is our awakened relationship with God, and we know that personally. And then the worship may come because it's necessary to have a leader to lead us into the kingdom. I mean, you could try it yourself, A lot of people arrogantly do, but if they're lucky, they get frustrated, because it just,
Yeah.
none of us can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and read the
Okay.
next thing here.
So first of all, this is
Yeah.
basic, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very, very,
Very good, huh?
good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what was I? Our lost relation with the Supreme
Mhm.
Godhead. That is the missing point. Okay, I'm going to read the last paragraph.
Yeah.
Which is self-realization and the reestablishment of our lost relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the missing point.
That's the missing point. And people, our lost relationship with the Supreme Lord. See, it's lost. Yeah. And that's when it begins to be reestablished. It's natural.
Yeah.
Because it's like you found home. You know what your home is. It's natural. Yeah. It's just great. It's like, wow, man, I'm awake. I found home now. It's natural. It's better. It's because who likes to be lost? Who likes to be lost in illusion, thinking they're a body and a material mind, thinking about worldly things? People are lost in their minds. See, they're lost identifying with material thoughts, which is also in their past and stuff. They just meditating on that all the time. They're living in their past. They're stuck in the past. I was actually seeing in this thing I was watching.
Sci-fi.
Yeah. That's where I learn all these things about.
I hate sci-fi. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. But there's many good lessons that I learned.
Yes. I think every movie has something that is true.
Yeah. And so in the movie, it said people are stuck in their past.
Yeah.
But it's so true. People are stuck in the past, and they're stuck in their traumas. And all of that stuff, and so
they keep on getting stuck in the past, and they know, and they go back to the past, and they live the past instead of living the present, or they live in the future instead of living the present. And the whole idea is to live the present, right?
Yeah, and it's all dead. It doesn't exist. So people are living dead lives. Yeah. So that's the problem. People are stuck in their past, or they're futurizing what's going on. Nothing. They're not here in the moment.
That's what is missing from everyone, right? It's so easy to go to the future or to the past and not live the moment, the present moment. That is the only thing that matters, really.
Well, that's part of the truth. See, it's not the full truth. That's called the mode of goodness. That's an Eckhart Tolle thing, or a liberation thing. They teach that, how to be here now. But the thing is, be here now with what? When you see, the thing is, we need it.
The moment.
Well, yeah, but that's still material. Enjoy the moment of what? The moment of being.
I don't know. Be thankful for what you did today and your things. I ate and I met you in the lunch hour, and then I was walking my dog. That made me happy. You live the moment. Of today. I don't think about tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
Who cares about tomorrow? I could be dead tomorrow. Right.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And also the thing is, when you start to really think about transcendental things, you start to feel a special enlightenment, because that's eternal.
Yeah.
We can be here now, like Eckhart Tolle wrote a book, Be Here Now, and it became a bestseller.
Yeah.
And it's okay, it's good. People thought, wow, this is really great, let's be here now. And that brings you to a certain stage of what we call mode of goodness. And the deeper, complete meditation is meditating on Krishna, meditating on the Lord's transcendental truth. See, that's why you feel like we come to Sadhu Sangha. We're not only being here now, we're being here now with Krishna.
Yeah.
See? And so that makes it even more juicy.
Yeah. That is God, right? Krishna is God.
Yeah, but most people don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know that. Yeah, they don't know. So they may be here now, like Eckhart Tolle doesn't know. They think just be here now and just observe the air coming to your face and your breath going in and out. And it's like looking at a bellows going in and out. I mean, what kind of great? I mean, is that going to enliven you? Really? I mean, it gives maybe something. It's like, but enlivenment is tell you when you touch the soul of all souls, when you're able to meditate on that, there's a special enlivenment, special joy, special happiness, different than anything. So it's like be here now with Krishna.
With Krishna.
Yeah, and when you do that, it's great. And, like the devotees, they would get together, not just to get together and be here now, watching their breathing. They get together and they would talk about Krishna and hear about like this, and they'd feel enlightened. They wouldn't feel bored. See, people are bored in their lives usually because they go over the same past. They're stuck in the past.
Yeah. That is terrible. To be stuck in the past.
Yeah.
We must move on, learn, go ahead, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what
does Amy say?
Amy is really nice what she said. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my guru, my spiritual master, opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. That was so nice.
Yeah, right? It's a prayer the Krishna devotees say every day.
Nice.
But their gurus don't really open their eyes. It's just a bunch of words.
I know, but never mind about the bunch of words, but she's meaning.
No, I know. I'm saying. Saying yes. It sounds great. For 40 years, these people are saying yes. The spiritual master opens my eyes with the torch, but they're not opened. They're blind still. They need a real spiritual master, and then you realize, when you hear that, you think, yeah, my guru really opened my eyes. See, you become a living example of that person saying that prayer. People, the whole world is like this. They're all saying stuff, but it's not real for them. Maybe it's real materially, they say material, but spiritually, it's not real. That's, can you imagine yourself if you repeated that and you could relate? Yeah, I got a guru that opened my eyes. I feel it. I experience it. I was blind before. Now I can see. I get real knowledge. I mean, wouldn't that make it really alive?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Some people maybe are like that. I think each experience is different. But she's saying it's chapter 2 of the science of the realization.
That's chapter 2. Yeah. Some people will be that, but very few, because it's very hard, very rare to get a real guru that is empowered with the spiritual potency. Just kind of how it is. I was looking for a long time to find somebody, but they're not easy to find. Okay, what is it she say there?
It is the duty of every human being to understand his constitutional position, his relationship with God, and to act accordingly. Yeah,
to understand. But then that's why you have to get ecstatic love. Yeah. Only those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy begin to know that. Okay, what else we got here? What is she saying?
Well, then she's saying again chapter 2, and then it's funny because when I first came into this Sangha, I kept hearing those words, but now I really understand them.
Yeah, you see, that's what it's about. Yeah. If you have a real guru, you understand them.
Understand it.
If you don't, and most people don't, you go your whole. I've been, I was in ISKCON for years. I've seen ISKCON devotees then and now, and they're singing these songs about having such a guru, and they don't understand it because they don't understand the meanings. Because you got to have that person that opens your darkened eyes. It's got to be empowered. Okay, so good. Go on.
Okay, so the Krishna consciousness movement is trying to enlighten human society in this important matter. According to Vedic civilization, the perfection of life is to realize one's relationship with Krishna or God in the Bhagavad Gita, which is accepted by all authorities in transcendental science and the basic of all Vedic knowledge. We understand that not only human beings, but all living entities are part and parcel of God. The parts are meant for serving the whole, just as the legs, hands, fingers, ears are meant for serving the total body. We living entities, being part of and parcel of God, are duty bound to serve Him. Yeah. Actually, our position is that we are always rendering service to someone, either to our family, country, society. If we have no one to serve, sometimes we keep a pet, cat, or dog, and render service to it, and that's so true. In my life, hello, that's me. All these factors prove that we are considered meant to render service, yet in spite of serving the best of our abilities, we are not satisfied, nor
Go ahead. Finish.
yeah, okay. Nor is the person to whom we are rendering that service satisfied.
So what do you think of that?
Well, I think it's very true. We're always serving something.
Yeah, and that especially you ever have a boss, I remember serving a boss, trying to do your best, and they're not satisfied. And
Yes, I was very lucky in my life, and I always been in management type of position. So I was a very good manager. I was doing the opposite that normal people do. I wasn't being a boss. I was being a leader and embracing them. Yeah. So yes,
generally,
yes,
you look
right.
at the general thing.
Yeah.
Most
right.
people, it's just kind of how it is because most people are under the Maya. It's just we're more or less slaves. I mean, even in society, people think they're free. You're not free. You're a slave. They tricked you into being slaves. They give you a social security number and they put your birth certificate.
Of course, America. And then when you have a social security number, and please correct me if I'm wrong, you are bound to the government. You belong to the government, right?
Well, your body does, and that name does. You're an employee of the government.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh?
They trick you into that.
I know. What I mean, they have power over anyone that is below 18 years old. And they have the power, not the parents. If they want to have the power over a child, they will have it because they're entitled to.
Yeah, and so this is under the when you look at the real grand picture, the whole thing, this is ordained by God, because you're either a slave of the illusion, and you're bound to it, or you become free in the absolute truth. So the Lord comes here with His devotees to free us. But you have to be serving in truth, which when you do it, it's so fun to serve God. A lot of people think it's hard, and everything. Yeah, well, a lot of people, because they're on this Vaidhi path, they think it's very tough, and it is for them because they're not on this stage. And the Lord would like to give people this stage very easily. If you come into this association very quickly, you start to love serving the transcendental Lord. See, the whole thing is people don't get this because they don't love serving the transcendental Lord that the transcendentally situated devotees love to serve. So they don't come into that association, and they're stuck on the more strict rules and fastings and try and work up to it. Yeah, because they don't accept the gift. What we're doing is a gift. Yeah. This association is a gift. You're raising out of illusion is a gift. And people that don't understand it, they're forced to either go back into the world and serve the world, which is illusion, or serve religion, which is still some illusion in it.
I hate religion. Yeah. I hate it. Yeah. Always.
Sometimes it's worse than being in the world.
It's terrible. It's worse than a secta. How do you say secta in English?
Sectarian.
Sectarian.
Yeah.
And she's saying yes, and it is so fun, and this is the good news of the day.
That's right. This good news of the day is the fun, wonderful service of the Lord. Yeah. Otherwise, if you don't accept this gift, if you don't accept this preaching, then you'll accept something of the inferior value, and that's religion. Religion is even though you're in Krishna in practice, like say you're doing Vaishnavism. Yeah. You're in Krishna in practice, but you don't feel the exuberance and the lifting, the ecstasy of being lifted to the spiritual plane by do your service. You don't have that ecstatic feelings, that come for people serving Krishna
Yeah.
in truth, in the ecstasy of the truth. You don't get that. The devotees do. That's why that's the gift. They're the gift to the world, is their association. All you have to do is come into their association of those who serve Krishna. In our line, it's Krishna, who is God,
Yeah.
in great ecstatic love. You come into this association, and then you're very quickly elevated to that platform, like the guru, like the devotees. We have more than just one devotee now that's ecstatic. We have quite a few now, and increasing more.
Good.
Yeah. What is it?
Yes. It's so fun and it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same thing.
Okay.
Okay. So now I think am I here? Actually, our
Yeah.
position.
Mhm.
Actually, our position is that we are always rendering service to someone. No, I already read that.
Read that.
On the material platform, everyone is frustrated. The reason for this is that the service being rendered is not properly directed. For example, if we want to render service to a tree, we must water the roots. If we pour water on the leaves, branches, and twigs, there is little benefit. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead is served, all other parts
Some parcels.
and parcels will be automatically satisfied. Consequently, all welfare activities are as well as service to society. I don't know why I get choked. So sorry.
Sorry.
Family, okay, as well as service to society, family, and nation are realized by serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I'm going to borrow
Yeah,
your word.
go for it.
In the duty of every humankind to understand this constitutional position with God and to act accordingly. If this is
Well,
possible.
let's discuss that. That's
Okay.
so deep,
Yeah.
Yeah. So the water, see, watering the root as opposed to watering the leaves.
Yeah.
People are watering the leaves and not the root because of lack of understanding and
Yeah.
knowledge and purification.
Yeah.
Okay? Watering the leaves is like the superficial worship of God, religion. Watering the leaves is serving society. See, that's why they're not very satisfied with your service, because they're not very satisfied themselves. Nobody is, unless you're watering the root.
Yeah. Root.
See, the devotees know what watering the root is. Watering the root is pleasing the Lord perfectly. See, and his perfect pleasure is um, is the spiritual potency, worshiping the Lord in ecstasy and bliss. See? But you can't just do that. You have to get awakened first. You need association with awakened souls who satisfy the Lord on that perfect level.
Yeah.
There's no greater service that you can do. So when you do that, you satisfy the leaves and everybody in society automatically. See, because the Lord is in the heart of everybody. He's just receiving everybody's sacrifice.
Yeah.
But most people are sacrificing more superficially by watering the leaves and serving society. There's leaves. See, the root's not getting much water for the ones being served and the servants. The ones being served, they're acting like gods, like, yeah, serve me, I'm your master. Okay? But they can't treat you very well, and you cannot serve them actually very well. Nobody is really satisfied properly. But if both turn to serving the root, if they listen, this is what Prabhupada said, we want to change society. We want to have everybody awakened. learn about their soul in relationship to the Supreme Soul. Serve the Lord perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that is kind of happening, right? Like there's more awareness in society, right? Slowly.
Right, and I think both are going. Some are getting more dumbed down, and there's like a golden age running through. You know, yeah. I mean, it's there's a lot of ignorance here. I mean,
I know.
it's yeah. Some people are waking up, but look at how many people aren't. There are plenty of aren't. They're out there walking with their masks on. I mean, I don't think that's very awake.
No,
Or putting poison
yeah,
in their
I
body.
know. Oh. Yeah, I know.
So there's both going on. I mean, we're waking up.
Yeah, thank God.
And we can help wake up
Yeah,
others up
yeah.
too. So yeah,
Absolutely. That's poison.
yeah,
I'm hoping no one had the vaccine here in the group. No?
yeah.
Of course
Well,
not.
so
We
some
don't know.
did.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, yeah, some.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it is what it is.
Here you can buy the
Yeah,
cards.
yeah.
And,
Sure. Don't
yeah,
just say public.
it's public. It's
Yeah,
public. No, you cannot say that. Can we erase that part? Or we
No,
post it?
just
Okay.
go on.
Okay.
Don't.
Okay.
You can make it worse like
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I mean, they're listening to everything.
No, everyone can listen to what I say when I
Yeah.
put it in
Yeah,
public.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
just,
okay, so we're gonna keep reading then.
yeah.
Okay, so should I?
Oh, down here.
Okay. It is the duty of every human being to understand this constitutional position with God and to act accordingly. I said that already. If this is possible, then our life becomes successful. Sometimes, however, we feel challenging and say, there is no God, or am I God? Or even I don't care for God. But in actuality, this challenging spirit will not save us. God is there, and we can see Him at every moment. If we refuse to see God in our life, then we will be present before us as cruel death. If we do not choose to see Him in our features, we will see Him in another. There are
Yeah, I better read it slowly because
okay
you're missing
because
the
I'm
important.
missing the point.
Yeah.
Okay, you
If we do not choose to see him in one feature, we will see him in another. So the feature is talking about the feature is God,
yeah
is a transcendental Lord, his transcendental virtues, his transcendental name. You can see him by hearing about him, by chanting this mantra wakes you up. You start to experience your awakened spiritual senses where you see, whoa, this is Krishna, this is God, this is his name. It's beautiful. It's like, wow, it's enlivening. So we see you're choosing to see that feature if you're choosing to be around those who see that feature.
yeah
Because, that's the quick way.
yeah
Otherwise, if you don't choose to look into this feature, the transcendental feature, the material feature will reign supreme there.
yeah
And then you'll, okay.
yeah.
And then, here you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you choose to see the transcendental feature, everything will be cool and everything will be wonderful. If not, you're going to see the Maya picture, and that's
El ego, no?
that's what most people see, and they wonder why they got the hate still in their heart. They get angry, all these things. So
Yeah.
maybe that's enough for today. I'm going to get a little bit.
Sí.
Yeah. So let's see what you guys doing over here. Oh yeah, there we are. It's funny. Good news of the day. Yes. Yeah, I think okay. So I think we'll stop here and continue on in the morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah,
so I'll see you in the afternoon.
Yeah,
maybe.
definitely. So you gotta sleep.
I need to sleep.
Yeah,
4 a.m. and then I stay awake forever.
Yeah.
I never went back to sleep because of the guy and the thing and the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Bye now.
Bye, guys.